lost the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, could be Wayne.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
I love it, baby.
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jamal Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Choose Thursday. Am I muted?
You're good.
I don't know why you're muting me, Lane. I mute myself. I've got it on my end.
Well, I could hear your video during the video, so I muted you again.
During my video? That doesn't make sense. Reddit did to do. It mutes you automatically. Reddit did to do. And welcome into More Important Issues. It is Thursday, December 28th. We're talking, it's bowl. I know it's always kind of been bowl, like preparation or whatever, but I mean, it's not really been until this week. And then that obviously got fired up with news of the starting quarterback, which we will get into. It's definitely reinvigorated me. We've talked about how I don't know, playing Iowa. Don't get me wrong. Watching Iowa football is special. Like I'm not going to take Iowa football for granted ever, but I wouldn't necessarily seek it out all the time.
Yeah, it was just kind of a bland drink, and then we add a little flavor to it. So I'm fired up.
It's like going to a weird coffee shop. I can't even pronounce the flavor that's being added. I just have to point that one.
Yes.
I've been practicing it, but now that I put myself on the spot, Yamaleva. Because I've tried to say it as fast as he does too, so it doesn't. It's Yamaleva.
Yamaleva.
Leava. Yeah.
Yamaleva.
You're missing the lay.
Yamaleva.
Yeah, you're missing the lay. See? Told you.
You're saying it wrong.
I did. I know, but you're missing the lay. That's what I'm saying.
Yamaleva. That's how you say it.
I don't think you're right.
That's right.
It doesn't sound right.
Yamaleva.
Joe, I don't think it doesn't sound right to me. I don't know. I'll pull the video of him saying it. We'll go from there. Now I don't know where we're at. It's been a fired up day. I'll tell you this: my favorite bowl of the season, the years going on right now, the Pop-Tart Bowl. Still have not figured out what flavor the Pop-Tart is. I think they said strawberry. It does not look strawberry. So I'm kind of calling. I'm calling bullcrap.
More pink.
Yeah,
strawberry is gas.
It's a good flavor. I just don't think that's what it is. It also, when we talked about this originally, it was supposed to be an edible mascot. I don't know how. I'm interested to find out.
Yeah, it's kind of, if we're really thinking about it, it's kind of gross.
Yeah, like someone's been wearing that suit.
Yeah, and it's probably been right. been rubbed on, and like people were taking pictures with it. Just not something I probably would. If you won the bowl game, yeah, you're probably taking a bite out of it. But like in the moment, you're probably like, ugh, I got to do that.
You're saying you would? I'd be fired up to do it, and I know how gross it would probably be.
Joey said I got it perfect.
Yeah, and maybe you did. We're gonna play it. I'm gonna find it here. There's too many Nico tweets is the problem. Well, that's not true. There can't be too many, but and also I don't want anybody to forget that Richard G. West got it first. So credit. I didn't see enough credits to him.
I have it if you want me to play it.
His video?
Yeah.
Of him saying it? Yeah.
What up, y'all? I'm Nico
Leava. You're not saying Lay.
His name is Male
Yeah, Maleava.
There's no way I'm the only one hearing this.
I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Lay. So like,
I just said it exactly how he said it.
Break it down phonetically. You're not saying Lay.
Maleava. Yeah.
Yeah, when you say it slow.
But when you say it fast, you don't say Lay.
Listen to him. I hear it.
I'm Nico Maleava, and the correct way to pronounce my last name is Maleava.
You said it right.
I don't know what else
you
to do
said
here.
it to me.
Yes, because I practiced it over and over.
You said it right.
Not just now. I'm saying when I practiced it early and you got announced. Yes, I did say it right because I listened to him say it a billion times, broke it down phonetically, and got it right. Nailed it. I can't read
I'm saying
it
the exact same.
I don't think so. I'm sorry.
Wow. Caleb needs hearing aids.
Do it again.
You heard it here.
Do it again.
Maleava.
That's nothing like he's saying it.
Okay, we need to move on because you're pissing me off.
I don't know what else to do. Someone chime in.
Yeah, I mean, this is all right. Let's move on.
All right.
God.
We're gonna talk Nico. Obviously, that's a QB1. Everybody's been waiting on it. I'm sure there's gonna be arguments. Here's the thing that sucks about that. I guess we can kind of go ahead and get into that. This is if you try to grade Josh Heupel on this appearance in terms of trying to grade Joe Milton starting, grade Nico's progression. I shouldn't say, because I mean you may be able to, but what's going to be frustrating is there's going to be people who, if Nico plays bad, either way you slice it, it's Josh Heupel's fault. He should have been ready. He should have been starting over Joe Milton because he should have been ready. And if he plays really, really good, there's going to be the same people that he should have been starting over him the whole time. And that's really frustrating for me.
Kind of lose-lose. It's a lose-lose for some people, yes.
No matter what happens on Monday, people are going to be mad, and that's annoying. Iowa's defense is good. One thing I wanted to do, and I didn't get time to do it, unfortunately. I should have tried to source it out. Obviously, they're a top-ranked defense, 5th overall. What are they?
Yeah, I think 4th or 5th in scoring. But yeah, I think total defense, they're a top 10 defense in basically every category.
And then if you go look at the offenses they played, they're obviously not highly ranked. I would be interested if you take Iowa, their game against Iowa out, what are they? Mm-hmm. We know some of those Big Ten teams are still probably bad, but I mean, it's an interesting thing. It'd be interesting to look at. I think the highest ranked total offense they played is 27th, 26th.
Yeah, was that Michigan?
Maybe. Are they ranked that high? In total offense?
I mean,
maybe.
They also play like a crap schedule. So
no, they play a terrible schedule, but I mean, I can't imagine their scoring offense is that high, for example.
It probably is.
You think so? What do they average? I wonder what they average a game. Especially even when they were, still cheating, they seemed to not score a lot of points early on in the season. I guess they're probably right around the 30 mark, like 35. Yeah. I don't know. I don't watch enough Big Ten, and I'm not mad about that. Sorry, I watched just enough. I lied.
So, I mean, they beat Indiana 52-7. They beat Michigan, or they beat Nebraska 45-7. They beat Minnesota 52-10. Michigan State 49-0. So yeah, they've put up some some big numbies.
That's I don't know. I didn't pick up who you started with first.
Indiana, Nebraska, all the red teams basically.
Wow, I didn't realize how communist the Big Ten was. The
Reds like the Big Ten.
Like that ECU game, I want to say they didn't. Yeah, they scored 30, UNLV 35, Bowling Green 31, Rutgers 31. Yeah, that's where I'm just counting the first 4 weeks when they had the other team's signs.
Yeah.
After that, it's a wash. Yeah, but I mean, I know like I always got a really good defense, no matter how you slice it. I do think there are some factors that I think still benefits Tennessee, and that will help Nico. I mean, just playing at a fast. I am interested to see the pace at which Tennessee plays with. Can that be an advantage for Nico?
Yeah, a lot of new players on that offense but they weren't playing at the same pace they did last year. So is it the same pace that they have been going the rest of the season? Is it significantly slower? Is it a little bit faster? I don't know. Yeah, I'm interested in that too, because I think that is a big deal for like Nico's progression. You know, how comfortable is he in the offense? I think tells you how fast they go.
Yeah, and I think there's also new guys is an important factor, and I know I'm kind of jumping ahead. We had a question from our guy Ethan Cundiff. I can't remember the exact words, but essentially, who else are you excited for? Newness wise. I mean, I'm very excited to see Sampson being the premier back in this game. But Jalen Wright not helping carry some of the load of the offense is something else that he's gonna struggle with. So that's another factor that just makes this more of a challenge for Nico in his first start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely think Cam Seldon is another one because he's going to be your RB2 behind Dylan Sampson.
Yeah, I'm excited for both of
them. Ricky Gibson's another guy that, you know, it's just those young guys that you have, maybe you've seen flashes of that played sparingly throughout the year. You're seeing them have an actual role in this game. And I think that is exciting. It adds a little bit more to it, you know, and this isn't maybe Nico was a tipping point for me where I'm like, I'm not going to this bowl game. It's Iowa #1. You know, I'm just not that interested. I think when it was announced Nico was going to be starting, I think it did kind of, oh man, I kind of wish I was going now.
I don't think it changed it for me personally. I was kind of like, I don't want to be retroactively. I'll really be able to tell you if I want to be there or not. But now I'm just, let me enjoy this from the comfort of my own home. I will need to probably just make sure my phone's dead at that point, so I can't even be on Twitter. And that, like, everyone, and I don't necessarily blame him. There's a lot of excitement around him as a player. Every play is going to be the end of the world of the next greatest thing. And
yeah,
I'm excited to see how he's progressed, because I do feel like that Virginia game he showed flashes, but still some stuff that I was like, he's not your starter. And he seemed to get better. Still, again, as the information I know, I would still say Joe Milton was the better player throughout the season. But I didn't have a lot of information to go off of either.
Yeah,
he didn't play much, so I'm excited to kind of see where he's at. He's gotten a full. He essentially got a fall camp again, before his first start.
Yeah,
so I think that's also a benefit too.
And I think this is like the whole situation just kind of feels like it kind of fell into place. Whereas like getting Nico to play never really fell into place this past season.
Yeah.
Now I think it does fall into place where like Joe has his best game in a Tennessee uniform against Vanderbilt, goes out, and then he opts out. And then you have this game where like all the expectation this whole season has been on Nico. Like Nico's going to be the best, #1 player in the country. Then you have this game against Iowa, which it is a really good defense. There is a lot of pressure still, but it's essentially a game that doesn't really matter.
It doesn't. I think that's a good thing. That's one thing we talked about this a couple of weeks ago in terms of, do you start him over Joe before the opt-out stuff had occurred, and we didn't have a good gauge on what he would be doing. And I don't see this game as necessarily a game you can use as a building block for next season. I hope that's the same if things don't go as expected. I hope this won't be a detriment to next season if anything goes wrong. I was actually just thinking about it right now. The way Clemson started out, was the Orange Bowl a detriment last year to them, the team that lost, and then the team that won it didn't mean much apparently. So I don't know how it'll kind of all even out and finish. We won't know until next August, but that's the only thing is that I guess kind of worries me is if you don't play well, you have, what is it? 8 months to sit on it. If you do play well, you have 8 months to think you're that good.
Yeah, and I do think it is. I mean, the offseason is going to be a lot of fun for Tennessee fans if Nico can come in there and get a win.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, this is one of those games where just win. However you got to do it, just win.
And it probably will be ugly at times.
And that's okay.
But, yeah, a win is a win. Here's the good thing about facing Iowa is, it is a good defense. It's going to be tough to score. You're not going to have to score 50 points to beat Iowa, though.
No.
Nico doesn't have to go blow for blow, like Hendon Hooker and Bryce Young did in that Tennessee-Alabama game last year.
If you are Iowa, though, you're the team that played I don't know why I'm blanking on the school name. You're the team that plays Remember the Titans, though, in the state championship, right? Like you're putting in the shotgun, you're spreading the ball around. You're like, let's find out if they even have DBs on this roster. You're changing the name of the game.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell they think they are? The Jets? You're flipping it and you're attack. Mm-hmm. Why not? You can always go back to the run game, baby. It's the bread and butter. But why not figure it out?
I don't know if it is their bread and butter. I think it's just like, hey, we'll punt and play field position.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'd do that with just the potential that could be there. But yeah, I'm definitely just trying. I'm throwing everything in the kitchen sink at Tennessee's defense on the first. And I don't see this being a 50-point game, but if it is, golly, that would be hilarious. It would not be funny if it happened to the team I'm cheering for, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the moral of this is like, don't look too much into it. Whatever happens, it's probably not going to be as good as you think it was, and it's probably not going to be as bad as you thought it was.
I do. I mean, another thing that if things go well or go either way they go, I do kind of like that. We just had David Williams mention Manning's first few games, and this is a game that it doesn't have an impact on a season in terms of you don't have 7 games ahead of you after this one. You don't, no matter how you play in this game, you're not reevaluating for next week. And so things go well, great, reset, doesn't matter. Things go poorly, you're not Josh Heupel and Joey Halsley and the offensive staff going into the room and saying, all right, where do we go from here? Like, can we get him ready for next week? It's a full reset no matter what. And I think that is a benefit for Nico, is that this isn't going to impact your starting position next week. Mm-hmm. That's not on the table. And so I think that's a kind of to alleviate some of that pressure. I think that's a good thing for him and Josh Heupel and the staff. Like, I think being able to do whatever you need to do to get out of this game and move on, I think is a benefit for everyone involved.
I kind of want to add to the expectation a little bit. Something I saw today. Nico will be the 4th Tennessee quarterback to start a bowl game as a freshman. The other 3 are.
Oh, hold on. Ooh, Eric Ainge. Not first start, right?
No, starting a bowl game as a freshman.
But not their first start.
No.
Eric Ainge didn't start as a freshman in this bowl game?
I don't think so.
I mean, I thought by the end of the season he was the starter over Brent Schaefer. Maybe not.
Did they play in a bowl game?
He could have been injured. Surely that. Yeah, sure. That was 4? Yeah, you'd think. Peyton would have started as a freshman. We didn't go to a bowl game Butch's first year, which was Dobbs, so he wouldn't have started as a freshman.
Nope.
Ooh, God, how far back do we have to go?
There's 2 before the one you just said.
Oh, just said?
Yeah.
I'm not leaving out.
Oh, so Dobbs, there's 3 before him. Yeah, they're all before him.
I mean, who am I leaving out on that list? I mean, it's not Crompton.
No.
I feel like it has to be Ainge or Schaefer, but it's not Schaefer, I'm assuming, since I said that one. All right, I'm going to have to give up. I mean, I think I could get it, but this isn't good broadcasting here. So
maybe Ainge was the other one. Maybe I'm thinking about this. I want to say it was Casey, but it couldn't have been Casey.
Couldn't have been Casey. He was maybe redshirt. Would he have been a redshirt freshman?
Maybe that's right.
In 2000?
Yeah. The other one is Peyton.
So Peyton, Casey.
Oh, and Tyler Bray.
I mean,
those.
Yeah, the North Carolina game.
That's pretty good company.
I forgot what's interesting about all those is none of those guys except Casey, if he's on that list, started the season as a starter. He would have been the only one that started his freshman year as the starter.
That's crazy.
Everyone else would have been I wonder how they, because technically we actually, we interviewed when we had Ainge on, he talked about it, that UNLV game, Brent Schaefer was the technical starter in that game.
Yeah.
Even though he played the next drive or the third drive, however it worked out. But I believe by the end of the season, so that was the A&M Cotton Bowl. I wonder if it was Ainge or not, because I know he battled injury. I don't know if he was out for that game. I can't remember that far back.
Yeah.
But it would have been one of the two freshman quarterbacks at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty good company.
Yeah, I mean, as far as just winning games, yeah.
Yeah. And I just think
Bray's more of just the stat line. I don't know about winning games.
Right. Yeah. He can sling it though.
No, like in terms of watching Tyler Bray.
Yeah. I mean, it had nothing to do with him scoring points. It was the defense that couldn't stop a nosebleed. But yeah, I think it tilts the scale a little bit for Tennessee fans. They're just more invested in it now. And I don't think for me, it doesn't have anything really to do with Joe Milton. I do think it gives me something to look forward to next year. Whereas this game was going to be, I know there's a lot of people out, stuff like that, but with the new guys in and with Nico running the show now, it is sort of kind of a preview of what the majority of your team is going to look like next year.
Yeah, very similar situation to last year when you had Jalen Hyatt opt out.
Tillman didn't play.
Blanking on his name. It's just been a long
Banks.
day or something. Not
Jeremy
who I was
Banks
thinking of. I don't think so. Peasy played really good in that game. Oh my gosh, the end.
Oh, Darnell Wright.
Play. Did he not play?
Darnell Wright did play. Byron Young
didn't play.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it very similar, to that Orange Bowl last year where you had some opt-outs. And again, that's why I thought it was a good stepping stone to last season. Ended up maybe not mattering at all in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just think it's the whole thing kind of worked out with Joe opting out. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know why.
I don't know why, but the people that wanted him to opt out that are now calling him a quitter, go to hell. Shut up. It is obnoxious. Yeah. I can't stand it. I wanted, in my perfect world, Joe Milton plays this game, plays well. I'm not saying plays great, plays well, wins Tennessee a bowl game, goes out on a high note, and finishes his Tennessee career. Not a super impressive career, not an incredible career, not a great one, but a guy that came to Tennessee as a transfer, was a starter, lost that position, stuck with it, won Tennessee some important games, notably that bowl game last year, and he goes out on a high note. I would have loved for that to be the story, how that story concludes for Joe Milton. I don't necessarily blame him with the way opt-outs go. We're talking about a preview for next year. This is probably a good, hey, let me stay injury-free and get ready for the draft and let Tennessee kind of start moving on. Let's open the door for the next guy. And so I think it's a good win-win all the way around for both parties. I don't blame him in this new age of bowl games. I don't necessarily love it, but I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I think
Tennessee, and for him to still be a part of it too, I think means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think not that like I said, I would have loved to have seen Joe come in and finish his career strong. But in terms of, I talked about the excitement of this Nico announcement of him being the starter added a little bit more excitement to it. I think it's just a win for both the program to start moving on and the fans to get excited. And so I don't know how anyone could be upset with him for the decision. It's also like I don't remember anyone saying this stuff about Jabari Small or Jalen Wright when those opt-outs were announced. And we just have some absolute dickhead fans that have to be mean and rude and negative and then cry when someone's mean to them, which is interesting, but I digress.
Yeah. And we were super hopeful for Joe Milton this year, but we kind of all knew this was a bridge year for Nico. From Hendon Hooker to Nico, this is a bridge year. You're going to get him 1 year to run the offense, and then it was going to be the Nico show after that.
Yeah, certainly didn't want it to be, but I think that's kind of what everyone, and I think everyone, and we talked about what your floor and your ceiling was, and so I think based on expectations, and it's not just because of Joe Milton either. It was a lot of other components around him that you thought that, but yeah, I mean yes, I think if you look at everybody how they predicted the schedule, you would have to agree that you thought it was a bridge year.
Mm-hmm. But we also got to remember too, like a lot of people are just like, oh, he's a true freshman going against, one of the top defenses in the country. Yeah, but we also forget Nico's been on campus for a year. He went through bowl practice last year. He's been here for a full 12 months running this offense. It's time. Like, I mean, it's time. Like, let's see it. Let's see how far you've progressed. I mean, it's not like he's going to go in there and not know the playbook like Josh Dobbs did his first week in Minnesota. Like, that's not going to be it at all. It's, he knows this offense and, has played with these players, maybe not a ton in games, but, I'm sure he's had a ton of reps with Dylan Sampson by his side. He's had a ton of reps throwing to Chaz Nimrod and Caleb Webb and Squirrel and all those guys. And he probably gets a little bit added bonuses to play with some of these offensive linemen like Cooper Mays, Ollie Lane, who have started all year. He might not have practiced with them a ton, but they got to be better than what he was practicing with. So you got to feel a little bit better about him protection-wise, even though they don't have, John Campbell. Spraggins is done for the season. So we'll see what happens with Gerald Mincy, but you're for sure going to have Cooper Mays and Ollie Lane blocking for you. Yeah, he's not just like a regular true freshman. It wasn't like he got here in August. He's been here for a full calendar year.
Yeah. I mean, and I will say that I kind of dogged on like you can't blame Heupel in both ways, and I kind of believe that. But yeah, if he's not quote unquote ready now, I don't necessarily blame anyone for questioning what the staff has done in the last 12 months. I don't necessarily blame that because you do got to wonder. I mean, there are a lot of hopes, but there's in this age there are guys that seem to be able to just play at the freshman level. Quarterbacks and a lot of it has to do more so with their athletic ability than necessarily their quote unquote quarterback ability, and that encapsulates everything as far as the mental game and everything else. Mm-hmm. But I mean, a guy that Tennessee was recruiting behind him, he's still the third string quarterback at Texas, which they are a college football playoff team. So a little bit different scenario, but right now he doesn't have a hope of sniffing the field. So
yeah,
those do still exist.
He played in 1 year. He played in one game this year. So he redshirted also. Malachi Nelson, another guy in that quarterback class, didn't play any at USC, entered the transfer portal. Dante Moore played a little bit at UCLA, entered the transfer portal. So, I mean, like, it wasn't just, everybody's playing except for Nico. No, it was just, I think there was a lot of quarterback situations out there that, Malachi Nelson knew Caleb Williams was going to be the starter when he got there. I think a lot of people expected Arch Manning to maybe be in the competition, but it was Quinn Ewers' job to lose.
Right.
And we're seeing a ton of freshmen. I had a list written down. There's like 15 teams that have already played a freshman quarterback. You're seeing one against Kansas State or for Kansas State right now. Avery Johnson's lining up. So it's not like this is unheard of a freshman quarterback starting the bowl game. It's happening all around college football this year.
Yeah, and opt-outs are what they are.
Yeah.
Tell you what, man, there's no opt-outs in this Pop-Tart Bowl. Just a great game, 21-19, 10 minutes left. I've seen some terrible punts. I've seen a fake punt that was converted, but everyone wants to be a part of this Pop-Tart Bowl, and I love to see it. I have no idea. There might be 45 opt-outs in this game. I don't have a clue. Punt return for a touchdown. Pop-Tart Bowl is on fire, baby.
Who got it?
Kansas State. They'll be up. They'll be up 9 after this converted extra point.
NC State not very.
Oh yeah, future opponent. Just scouting a little bit. Oh, there's a flag on the play. Oh.
Are we?
We can't have anything good at the Pop-Tart Bowl.
We can't look too much into this game, I don't think.
I will say the producers for the ESPN halftime show, I will have to call you lazy. Brown sugar cinnamon, elite, great Pop-Tart. You can't go wrong. But they got both of the guys that had a Pop-Tart there. They got them both brown sugar cinnamon. That's weak. One guy, sure, fair, 100%. But we got to mix it up a little bit. They just got one little, 6-pack carton, 4-pack carton.
Get the variety pack.
Do they have those?
I don't know. That's a good idea, though.
It is a good idea. I don't think they do, though. I just usually buy wild berry and brown sugar cinnamon at the same time. Wild berry's elite if you haven't had it. So
I like wild berry and strawberry. That's what I'd go for.
Elite. Yeah, Pop-Tart Bowl. I love that stuff. Love it. I'm assuming this is a new bowl, right? Or have they just kind of rebranded and been great this year?
I was reading about it today because the same the nonprofit group that puts on the Citrus Bowl. I think it is new.
Okay.
Or it was new last year. One of the two. It is fairly new.
They didn't have an edible mascot last year is my point.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk more Iowa. I know we've talked a lot about Nico, Joe, and I'm sure we'll continue still talking about it because obviously Nico is a big talking point in this game. Before we do that, though, we're talking new. I got to tell you guys about someone new we're partnering with. It's Grade A Grounds. They're a local coffee company. I say local. East Tennessee's local to me, but they are in Kingsport, Tennessee. They are the guys that run it. They're both teachers in the Johnson City area. Their goal as a company, I'm going to get into the great coffee that they make, but their goal as a company, which is really, really important. Their goal is to give back to students in their area. They donate 5% of every sale to a nonprofit organization that supports students all over the Tri-Cities, and that is Coalition for Kids. That money the money that you spend on coffee, getting energized, getting ready for the day, that delicious flavor, 5% of that goes back directly towards keeping kids in classrooms at Coalition for Kids. They keep them stocked with the necessary supplies needed for students. If you know teachers, if related, married, if you're married, you see your bank account drain with school supplies. Teachers are never properly prepared. Grade A Grounds makes that happen with the money that you spend. Grade A Grounds is excellent coffee right now through Sunday. Their Volsicle flavor. It goes out Sunday. It's the last day. Make sure you grab it up. You can't wait till next football season. It's delicious. Don't wait around for then. It will be back, but get it before Sunday. Volsicle. You can also get use code GOVOLS while you do that. That is that'll be on their entire inventory, but also the Volsicle that you need to get out before Sunday. Grade A Grounds. Great local coffee. Excited to partner with them, excited to change. If you know me, I'm a Folgers guy, but I'm excited to change it up. Another great thing for that they have. If you're a aesthetic person, if you look at their bags, every single bag is their logos and brands are done by students. You're seeing the artistic work of students there in your kitchen, in your coffee cabinet, wherever you keep your coffee grounds. So all those labels are created by the students, that the money that you spend goes back and benefits So shout out to Grade A Grounds, and make sure you go check them out, guys. We're going to link it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. They're on all the socials. So make sure you guys go check them out. Love partnering with them. Excited to do some more stuff in the future with them.
Yep. Yeah, love those guys. Shout out to everybody. 25K on X.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever called it X. Just Twitter. Let's just call it Twitter.
No, I'm just looking at it on the screen. It's just a big
Yeah.
fat X, which is weird to me. But yeah, big accomplishment. Never thought. Who'd have thought?
Who'd have thunk it?
Not me.
No, you told me. I don't know. Oh, I thought you said 2.5, like 2.5K. So when you were talking about, it, I was like, I don't know what social that would be. No, it's 25K. I knew we were past 2.5 on Twitter.
Yeah, 25.
If we scored 25 points on Monday, I feel good about Tennessee winning that game. Yeah. I'm in. Unless Iowa lines up a shotgun, then I'm going to start panicking because that means they listen to this podcast and they got some ideas for me. I'm going to go ahead and trademark that, Iowa. So if you do line up in shotgun, you owe me a portion of your bowl proceeds. Yeah, I'm not nervous, but I am just like, I just know we're going to get beat on a long pass. We're at least once. Yeah, we're just going to just fall asleep back there with all the young guys that we have. Yeah, at this point, to that play. You're playing a wing T offense that is just going to take the top off of you at least one time. Yeah. They have to. Like, you have to try to stretch the field and take chances. Mm-hmm. If they don't, I mean, Iowa, guys, y'all have some concerns. Look within. I do like, I mean, their best player is their punter, which, fun fact about Iowa, they have more punt yards this season than total offensive yards. That has never been said about anything to do with Iowa. Fun fact about Iowa. Yeah. Ever. Yeah, maybe it's a hilarious fact. Maybe not fun. Nothing about that team is fun. So sorry, you said I was focused on the fun fact part. He has the most punt yards in NCAA history, or he'll get them this game, correct? Assuming Tennessee gets at least one stop. No, I'm saying that Iowa this year has more punt yards than total offense. I think he'll break the NCAA record this game. Okay. I don't know if that's season or career, but I want to say he's like 30 yards short. So unless he just falls apart, I believe he will with one stop. He will break the record. Dang, I kind of don't want him to break it, but you kind of have to want him to break it because they're punting. No, I would love for him to break it. What do you mean? You just that was your fun fact. You got to really dial out on that one. Yeah, I guess. I just don't want to like. You always see like those like an NCAA, it pops up like they did this. That's when you're embarrassed by. Yeah, he's a good punter. That's fine. He can flip the field as much as he wants. Yeah, we got D. Williams back there too. So that's another player I'm excited for. Going back to that question, I feel like he has to play somewhere else on the field this game. I don't know which side of the ball, but I feel like he has to based on numbers. Seems like an electric factory. I mean, he's going to get a lot of opportunities to return. So hopefully, yes, correct. Punts, hopefully not kickoffs. Hopefully just one kickoff. One kickoff's all, yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it is a good matchup to get these like new DBs on the field because Iowa's just not much of a threat. Now they do have good tight ends, so you just want to make sure you're able to get on them. I think it was Ostrander, whatever, however you say it. I think he's hurt, but that's their big tight end. But I'm sure they have. I mean, they pump them out in the NFL, so I'm sure they have others. But yeah, just no one that really just is going to take the top off. And they don't have their quarterbacks as big as our defensive tackles, so you know, I don't think he's going to be much of a runner. If he does, he's probably going to fall forward for a couple of yards. But let's hit him in the backfield so he can just get back to the line of scrimmage. I'm assuming too. Another thing I just have not kept up with Iowa in this bowl season. I assume it's Deacon Hill starting, correct? Yeah, it is. Not. Is Cade McNamara? Did he get hurt? He's in the transfer portal, I think. But yeah, he did get hurt. That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. And I think their other quarterback
too is in the transfer portal.
I'm shocked at their rush to their overall, which I know their offense is bad. I just figured their overall rushing yards would have been better.
Yeah, not great.
No, pretty pitiful.
I mean, 3.4 yards per carry is.
I mean, that is something in terms of opt-outs and injuries. Tennessee's defensive line should still be really good this bowl game.
Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing about Iowa is you're not going to get a lot of opt-outs with Iowa. There's not a lot of guys. They are very sound, but they're not just jumping off the page with NFL talent either.
If you opt in at all at Iowa, I don't think you're going to opt out.
Yeah. I mean, they're just grit.
Lifers.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they've loved this COVID thing where they get to keep these guys for like 7 years. I mean, they won't grow.
Yeah. I wonder how many degrees Iowa's football team currently have. I feel like you've got a couple 7th-year guys.
Probably a lot more than Oak Hill Christian. 29% graduation rate.
Yeah. All these I bet there's some 7th-year guys where these linebackers get injured. They're working on some medical red shirts. Their 4th or 5th medical red shirt. Yeah, there's probably some old dudes over there. Like we think BYU's running old. Nah, Iowa. Check their birth certificates.
They have one guy on their team that has 155 tackles. Jay Higgins.
This season.
This season. What?
Check their statistician. I'm gonna bet a lot of those are friendly assisted tackles.
Yeah, see number 6 and number 8's out there too, getting some.
Yeah. Listen, he touched the pile. He touched the pile. Assisted tackle.
He has 65 solo tackles.
That's insane.
He has 90 assisted tackles.
See, I told you
he's just jumping on the pile.
You can't have 90 assisted tackles. That's not possible. It's not.
You're also really bad at getting there first.
Yeah,
if you have 90 assisted tackles.
You're always a step behind, huh?
Or if you are getting there first, you're really bad at getting them to the ground by yourself.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, they are just. I mean, their defense is good. They are sound, but they are just like it's just Big Ten. Like they're just like the Big Ten football team, and their coach is okay winning 3-2. Like he would love that.
Honestly, this game I would be okay winning 3. Like I said, a win is a win.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you got.
Josh Heupel would not.
We could win 6-1. That would be awesome. We go for 2 on our first touchdown, and they get the 1-point safety. Yeah.
Wouldn't they get 2? Oh.
We would get 1.
Safety, gotcha.
We get the 1-point safety on a 2-point conversion. They intercept it, recover a fumble, and then we tackle them in the end zone for a safety. It's a 1-point safety, which I don't think's ever happened in the NFL. I don't know if it's ever happened in college football.
I would like to win 4-3, 2 safety, a walk-off safety to win it.
Win is a win, baby.
Yeah, that would be my favorite. Anything else for? I know we haven't we're gonna really dive deep, I guess, into Iowa on.
Oh yeah, I guess we have another show. I didn't really think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't have a lot.
So I still have some time to compile my stats.
They are going to be without their best corner.
Attack, baby. Find out what they got.
That's Cooper DeJean, who is everybody's already planning for him to be on the white team in the NFL.
Oh yeah. Don't blame them.
Yeah.
We're going to continue on our bowl season here. Talk some more Pop-Tart Bowl. That is the talk of the town tonight, as it should be. Before we do that, if you're at the Pop-Tart Bowl or going to any bowl game this season, or just in general a football fan, download Memento right now, guys. Memento is an app for sports fans going to games. It allows college football fans, college basketball fans, whatever fan you are, to track the games you've been to, see your stats. You can upload photos and game ratings. You can even tag the friends you went with. Or if you like talking trash, you can send it to the friends that didn't get to go. On top of college football, college basketball, it also supports NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and global soccer. Memento is the app for sports fans, period. If you're a sports fan, if you love going to games, be on Memento. If you're not, where you at? If you ain't on Memento, they might not like that. Yeah, that little add-in. Guys, make sure you go download it. Check it out right now. I love Memento. Make sure you add me. I think I'm just Caleb Mitch on there. So make sure you guys go follow me, see all the games I've been to. I think I need to round out some for this year. I think I got lazy on it, but we'll do that. I've got some, hopefully going to some basketball games here in the new year. So I'll be adding to Memento. Make sure you guys are ready to do the same. Go download now. Check them out. Tell them More Important Issues sent you.
Yep, do it. And I'm at Lambo_Raby10 if anybody cares. But if you don't, that's cool too.
All right, bowl season. And I lied. I am a big Pop-Tart Bowl guy, but I got to say, in terms of the American military industrial complex, and as far as just capitalism in general goes, I much prefer the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. The idea that a company like Lockheed is building drones to farther serve war while also funding a college football bowl kind of just gets my capitalistic bones just, oh yeah, I love it. Like, yeah, just like, yeah, like do it, baby. It's very funny to me.
I'm loving bowl season because like you don't know who's playing in any of these games until you watch it and you're like, holy crap, that was the quarterback at this school like 2 years ago. We were watching the Texas State Rice game, and it was like JT Daniels was on the sideline, and TJ Finley, that was the former Auburn quarterback, was the Texas State quarterback. It's fun to see.
I didn't realize you meant people when you said that. I thought you just meant teams, because until really, I guess, well, earlier this week you had Oklahoma State, A&M, a couple other big games, but those games that happened before you really consider bowl season officially started, you're like, oh yeah, UCLA is playing Boise State. That's right.
Yeah.
I guess that's a, interesting matchup. You watch it. You have Georgia Tech playing UCF. You forgot that was going to be a thing. Duke versus Troy, which also Trooper Taylor was the head coach in that game. Is he the head coach now, or is he just interim? Honestly, don't know.
Trooper Duke?
Yeah. Honestly, don't know who they hired.
No, they hired somebody else.
Okay. Well, he was the head coach in the bowl game, and he got a win. Yeah, you kind of. I thought you just meant the teams, and I do forget those early bowl games.
Oh, it's Manny Diaz. That's right.
Good for him. But yeah, I kind of forget that some of these teams are playing. And I need to go back and look. I just saw a highlight. I think after Rutgers won the Bad Boy Mowers Bowl, I think Greg Schiano held up a number 1 when he was getting the trophy.
Nice.
Which is all time. They were the number 1 of the Bad Boy Mowers Bowl. Yeah, I will give them that.
I'm also like, some of these games that are going on right now, I'm like, how were they bowl eligible? Like Arkansas State, when we watched them lose to Oklahoma, how in the world did Butch Jones manage to make a bowl game?
Well, see, him and Nick Saban think identically. That's a all-time quote, man. All-time quote. That's a guy we were having that conversation about, like, ego. When he left Alabama, he's like, oh, they're never going to win another national championship once I leave. Which also, fun fact, they didn't win one while he was there. And he showed up to Southwood High School to recruit Elijah Young wearing college football playoff gear that he'd never earned.
Wow. Good for him.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he left Alabama and just like, they'll never be the same.
Yeah. Like Syracuse getting beat 45-0. I mean,
that's stupid, honestly.
You should have to win 10 games the next season to actually be bowl eligible. I think if you like have such a poor, maybe we should wait and say this after we play, but like if you have that poor of a showing, I think like the stakes have to be raised a little bit.
I think that brings up a good point in terms of how all these teams operate now with opt-outs and whatnot. I think bowl eligibility criteria should be raised in this. I think you should keep the same amount of bowl games, but 8 wins or something. Then every other bowl game beyond that is earned by lottery selection. So you could be a 1 you could be a 1-11, not even at large. You could be in a 1-11 team, and your name might get drawn.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna have to just figure out how to play in that bowl game.
Wow. Or instead of like, you have the 8 win teams that like the best 8 win teams, and then you have the worst teams playing the bowl game.
Okay. Only the worst teams?
Yeah, like your season, you thought it was over, but no, your misery continues.
See, I think that's what the lottery, because like you might, hey, listen, a 7-win team may get in, but also it may be the 3-win team in the Sun Belt that's playing.
I mean, could you imagine Deion Sanders getting selected? I mean, he would get selected lottery. He would play in a bowl game, they'd win it, and I mean, just the rant he would go on after about how good his team is would be all time.
I would love it. I think that needs to happen.
God, we have such good ideas.
I agree.
I mean, you Pop-Tart variety pack. Joey, do us a favor.
Write this down.
As a producer, write all these ideas down, and then we will eventually get one of these done, and we will go back and claim it.
We got something done. What was it?
Oh, we did
moved
get
from ideas.
Xander.
We did get Xander. Was that the only one we've done?
That's the only one I can think of because we didn't have somebody writing them down.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a worse shooting percentage than Urosh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But dude, I kind of love these bowl games because you don't know, like there's no way of knowing what's going to happen. Like I know these lines are getting put out here, but like with all the opt-outs.
Tennessee -6, which actually went down, which it should when a quarterback that's never started is starting, but I digress.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like that is it's been fun. I've enjoyed bowl season so far.
100%. I had no complaints about bowl season.
Somebody asked me at the gym what I was listening to, and I was like, football. They're like,
just a game.
They're like, what do you mean? And I was like,
not even the radio call. You're like streaming the game, but not watching.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was the Rutgers Miami game. It was the Bad Boy Mowers. That's what I was listening to. Just getting a freaking lift in. Listen, I mean, that's the Pinstripe Bowl. Hell yeah, that's what I'm listening to. You're listening to Lil Yachty and Drake, and I'm listening to Bad Boy Mowers.
I'm listening to some hack on ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Got to figure out how to navigate this production. And there's some exciting bowl games too coming up. Tomorrow's Friday, almost it's Saturday. Clemson, Kentucky. I can't wait for Kentucky to get the break speed off of them.
You think
Oregon State? I don't know if there's any opt-outs on the Clemson end, but if there's not, I think they beat them soundly. Breaks off of them. That's strong. I'm just hating Kentucky. But yeah, Clemson was playing a lot better at the end of the season than Kentucky ever played this season.
You, the guy from KSR. I mean, why are they so? Why is Kentucky fans so obsessed?
Just the fact that
Kentucky fan, anything to do with Kentucky, there's a Kentucky staff member or player or media member that has to just spout off some stupid shit.
I can tell you what it is. As someone who is a little brother and spent my entire life talking shit to my older brothers on stuff that I couldn't back up, wasn't true, just to get under their skin. They have little brother syndrome. They can say they don't, but I've been a little brother. You were acting all the time like a little brother. You don't want to be a little brother? Stop acting like one. This is exactly how I treat my older siblings. Exactly how I treat my older siblings.
They can control that. You can't.
Correct. They can, but I'm just saying, like, I know because I've done it. And I've done it proudly. I guess they're doing it proudly. They just don't know they're doing it proudly. But yeah, they're little brother. It's all it is. The fact that he tweeted that about Joe Milton, forgetting that their quarterback last year opted out of a game against Iowa, is just all time stupid. It is all time. I don't know what planet I'm on. I'm so stupid.
This Jersey Jerry. Is this guy on Pluto?
Yeah. It would be dumb if he opted out against another team, and it would be like, why did you say that? You're making fun of him. The fact that it was against Iowa is just way better. Way better. Little brother syndrome, bad.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State, Missouri. That's a game I'm going to try to get home in time to sit down and watch on my 75-inch TV. There will not be a mascot eaten by the winners, which is sad, but good game nonetheless.
And you have no clue what that game is going to look like.
No clue. But I'm excited.
Yeah. Georgia, Florida State. I mean, this might be the worst game in bowl history.
But I know they won't. I want Florida State to win so bad.
Oh, no.
So bad. I am in a conundrum about the Michigan-Alabama game. I shouldn't say conundrum. I'm not cheering for Alabama. Period. End of story. Not cheering for Alabama. I never will. But it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to watch Jim Harbaugh get beat again in the playoff semifinal. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Seeing Nick Saban play for another national championship might be the worst thing in the world.
But him losing one would be kind of cool.
Losing a playoff?
If he makes to the national championship and doesn't win it again, I feel like that's funny.
Honestly, my perfect world, Michigan just wins it. It still loses the national championship, and that's fine and dandy. Them, I don't.
So we're all going for Washington, right?
Washington, yes. I wouldn't be entirely upset if it was Texas. But I would say, yes, I'm cheering for Washington. I hate Texas. They would be insufferable if they won. I like Quinn Ewers, man. I hate that, but I do.
Yeah, I'm just not like.
Not a
I just
Sark
know
fan.
I know I don't hate Texas, but I know I'm going to in a few years.
Yeah.
So I'm already preparing for that hate. So.
I don't hate them as much as Alabama or Michigan, and that's why I say it wouldn't I wouldn't be entire Texas or Washington 100%, which is good that one of them is going to be playing for the title. That's good. That's good news.
Yeah.
I really would love
to
see
also if Washington wins, it makes he already looks like a moron, but it just makes it look so much better. He was like, yeah, you're not good enough to play here. We're going to go get JT Shroud. I mean, you can't make up stories like this.
No. All ball everything. Great question. Would you cheer for Bama if a natty guaranteed Saban's retirement? No. I can't. I wish nothing but ill will towards the entire state of Alabama. I would be okay with Saban coaching Alabama for another eternity if it meant they never won another national championship. Yeah. Tennessee would still have a hard time against them, but if it meant they never won a national championship, I'd be okay with that. So that's a good conundrum to put. That's a good question, but I couldn't say I would ever cheer for Alabama to win a national championship. So I'd have to say no on that one.
Yeah, I'm out too. I'm good.
Also, Saban is the devil. Saban sold his soul at some point to Lucifer. So he could just lie to us and say it is guaranteed. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. Just like Eve in the Garden of Eden, it was a trick the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to eat the forbidden fruit. I refuse. I will not cheer for Bama.
And he's proven he can be beat. He's not unbeatable anymore.
Yeah. I don't need to be like God. I'm not Eve in this scenario. I'm happy being naked.
Okay.
It's good with me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Prove it. All right.
Questionable at best.
Oregon Liberty. That's another game I just think is going to be an absolute demolish.
Interesting. Okay. Probably. I'm rooting for Liberty. Again, it's one of those that I am not going to be able to stand the Tennessee fans when they rag on Josh Heupel for Caden Salter being the starting quarterback at Liberty if they win. Like he isn't the reason he's not here anymore. You get in trouble with the police 2 times in 3 weeks. You're putting the guy in charge in a conundrum there. Not Josh Heupel's fault, and I don't want to see those insufferable tweets. But
he would have already been in the transfer portal.
Yeah, for sure. And but Jamie Chadwell fan, shout out Cookville. I would love to see Liberty somehow win that game.
Yeah.
Also, good news is we're going to be live still when we see Kansas State try the first edible mascot, and I am excited for that. Shout out to the Pop-Tart Bowl. No free ads.
All right. Guys, go check out Roback. Best quality clothing golf polos, quarter zips, hoodies, shorts, pants, joggers. I mean, anything you could ever want in clothes, they got it. Use promo code More Important Issues for 20% off your first purchase. Rowback.com. Go check them out. I love their golf polos, wrinkle free. That's the worst part. That's the worst part about polos. Wash them, dry them, come out, probably still wrinkly. It's just that material. This is the best material. Doesn't wrinkle. Get it straight out of the dryer, put it on, go to work, golf course, wherever you wear it, engagement party, if you will. Maybe a Pop-Tart bowl celebration. I don't know. Whatever you're doing, just go check out rowback.com. 20% off your first purchase with promo code More Important Issues.
Yeah, I see them getting the Gatorade bath ready. I hope those little Pop-Tart bites we talked about, I hope it's either crumbled up Pop-Tarts in the Gatorade or not in the Gatorade, but in the cooler, or those little bites.
What if it's just like packs of them?
That would be great.
Like
that would be yeah. He's just getting hammered with brown sugar cinnamon. It'd be fantastic. We do have another question here from our guy Ethan Cundiff. Shout out. What thoughts on the Evan Stewart news? Evan Stewart's transferring from Texas A&M. Also, I went to bed before the end of that game last night. The way A&M fans were acting online, I thought they won that game. I was shocked to go check it and them not have won that game.
What game? Oh,
their bowl game. Yeah. Loser mentality. That Colt is something else, man.
Yeah, Evan Stewart predicted to go to Tennessee. I know he's supposed to be, I think he's going to be here soon on a visit. He did post something on TikTok of a picture of him in Neyland Stadium.
Okay.
I don't really know what that means, but
no one knows what it means.
But we're going to deep dive into it. And I just think you're adding depth. If you add a guy like Evan Stewart, talented kid, and I know you're thinking like, oh, like who's the odd man out? I don't think you worry about who's the odd man out.
Yeah.
You want the best players possible on the field. Whoever wins the job, that gives you the best chance to win. That's it.
Absolutely. Yeah,
it'll all work out.
Go Balls Extra, if you could go ahead and get on the Evan Stewart through the years for me, that would be nice. Just want to begin establishing a timeline.
Yeah.
We should start doing. Why have we not done that? We got to start doing balls through the year. Balls through the years. Or just Evan Stewart through the years, or whoever. Pick someone right now. Speaking of ideas, pick someone right now. Let's have Joey find pictures and just tweet it out right now.
We should just like go to their Facebook or Instagram and just like screenshot them and then just do like through the years.
Okay.
We don't even really have to do like any work.
Controversial tweets. Who's a good one to do through the years? Let's do Trooper Taylor through the years.
Okay.
Just do that's a good jump off point. He hasn't been in Tennessee in a long time. Gets his first win as a head coach. Joey, just find 4 pictures. Is that the max on Twitter? He doesn't have to be wearing Tennessee in any of them. I don't care. Preferably waving a towel in at least one of them. Yeah, just give me Trooper Taylor's through the years. Ideally, the most 4 random pictures you could find. Like Landon said, maybe a Facebook profile picture in there with just the circle too. I don't want the full image.
Yeah, maybe like an old one that like he made, like Coney 2020.
Coney 2012.
Yeah.
Does that, if you did that, that kind of might look like you're supporting Coney 2012, right? Because that was kind of a confusing thing. They kind of looked like the presidential ads, all the Coney posters, but the idea was to like hunt down this guy and kill him, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't remember seeing like any Osama 2011 posters or anything.
Yeah, go land Evan Stewart.
Good changing point here. I still have not seen anyone eat a mascot yet. They don't seem like they really care to. That's concerning. Oh, It's not the where. Oh, it's the trophy. What are they doing? The trophy is wrapped in a big Pop-Tart wrapper. Oh, I'm so in. Also, the Katy Perry-esque Super Bowl entrance from the Pop-Tart, incredible. Jumps out of the toaster.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of looking like left shark or right shark, whichever shark it was. All time. Also, we gotta get that Pop-Tart on leg day, dude. Skinny legs.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions?
No, I think that's it. I was just reading up on Evan Stewart a little bit. Originally
Joey,
from Memphis.
Dude, genuinely want you to, by the way.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
I genuinely want you to.
Originally from Memphis, moved to Texas. So he does have a little Tennessee tie in there. I'm sure he knows who Jalen Hyde is. Won the Blitnikoff. No big deal. Also, his comparison on 247 is Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith won a Heisman, so I am all in.
All in. No, say all right. Do Evan Stewart do Trooper Taylor through the years. We'll do Evan Stewart.
Yeah, when he commits, we'll do Evan Stewart.
Honestly, it'd be funny if he committed to another school and we still did it.
He's the number one wide receiver in the transfer portal.
Perfect. Do we have any other questions?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Stupidity.
Joey, you in? You want in? You want in on this? You in, bro?
You in?
Right. Bro, you in? Yeah, I got some.
I've got one that I have more questions about. I can't remember which Alabama receiver said it now. What was he saying about they told us not to watch film on our personal iPads because of the Michigan cheating scandal? What does that mean? I just need help deciphering that. Did you see it? The quote?
Mm-mm.
Can't remember which Alabama receiver said it. He said they asked him how much film he'd been watching, I guess, and he said that the coaches told him not to watch film on their personal iPads because of something to do with the cheating scandal. I don't know what it means. I have no idea.
They're like, we have a guy for that.
Yeah, I'm so confused. Okay, yeah, that didn't make sense to me. Good. Just want to make sure it wasn't just me.
I was gonna do the Eastern Michigan player that just runs after they get beat 59-10, runs onto the field, punches a guy in the back of the head with a helmet on in the middle of South Alabama's team, and then just gets his shit rocked.
That's another underrated part of bowl season is that there's just as many fights as there are in the rivalry week, and it's awesome. These teams shouldn't hate each other, but they always do.
Yeah.
They always do.
So just the decision making. Like there were so many decisions in this that you could have went like, how would this turn out? And just be like, yeah, probably not a great idea. And this guy just went for it. So I respect how stupid the decision actually was.
But then he apologized, which I don't respect at that level because I agree with you. So bold and stupid that I think you have to stick to your guns there.
Yeah. I think you have to lie and just be like, he said this about me, or he said this about my mom.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, just an all-time.
Joey, those are all great. Send. The Trooper Taylor pictures, all great. Just put Trooper Taylors through the years. And then at Go Vols Extra in the tweet. Landon, that's one idea you can chalk up that we just made happen.
Okay. I love it. Then we have Florida fans. And this is like, I feel bad for this guy that he opened this on Christmas. But it's a stupidity on the parents or whoever got him this gift. This guy opens up a jersey. It says ETN on the back.
Why is he going to Georgia? That's so stupid. So stupid.
Yeah, and then he was just like, I mean, he had a good like rebuttal, I guess. He was like, "Can you blame me?"
Fair point. Absolutely fair point.
I love how just no pictures of the Tennessee Trooper Taylor.
Also, I hate to put this down, Joey. Can we take the possessive Taylors off there? Just Trooper Taylor through the years. I'm sorry. I hate to be that guy. I'll just do it. You don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I feel like I'm asking you to do too much, and I apologize. My first stupidity. It's Wes Rucker. I think we at one point started to name this award after him. I don't know why we decided to not continue that, but if you saw his tweet on December 26th, also I'm going to help him to fix this tweet too. I'm not just going to dog him for it. We're going to fix it. My entire family went so comically overboard on Hank's Christmas presents that he was done opening them with probably more than half of them left. They're still wrapped. We have so much stuff we don't need. Many people in our world actually need stuff. Let's do more for them. I love the idea. I love the idea of Wes berating his parents, like, quit buying my son gifts. And then not stopping there, being like, there are poor people out there that don't get Christmas, and you bought your grandson gifts.
Yeah.
I love the thought of that. The sentiment, Wes, isn't what's wrong with the tweet. It's the berating your loved ones for it. So let's fix this.
Or it's the fact that you had to tweet that. Like, why?
Yes, agreed. But let's fix it. All you got to say is, I'm very thankful for spending time with my family and the gifts I've received on Christmas. It reminded me that there are many less fortunate people out there. Let's all try to do better for them.
Yeah.
Boom. Done. Then you don't make your family sound like assholes that don't care about the unfortunate. So there you go. Thanks, Joey. I appreciate you. We both hit I think at the same time. But I appreciate you nonetheless. Yeah, just an all-time tweet from him. And I don't know if he doubled down on that one. I'm sure he did. And I knew I'd kind of be in a mood on this podcast. I like Brian Rice. I hope he doesn't think I was making fun of him. He just tweeted something about how he forgot to give his wife a gift because it was in a pile that wasn't wrapped. I tweeted back and I said, you have a pile of brand new gifts that you forgot to give to your family. Wes Rucker is in rage right now.
Yeah, he probably has no clue what's going on.
No. I was like, I'm just in a mood right now. I need to hit send on that one. Then I've got an Ole Miss fan, Scott Smith. After Joe, just a thank you, Joe, from Tennessee football. He said, thanks for running out of bounds as time expired against Ole Miss, Joe. Best wishes. I'm not advocating for people threatening someone, but then he later tweeted, so far I've been told to kill myself by multiple times by Tennessee football fans over a quote tweet that was not directed to anyone. Great fan, definitely not filled with psychopaths. Thanks for running out of bounds as time expired against Ole Miss, Joe. Not directed at anyone? I'm confused. And I was reminded, shout out to just GBO on Twitter. I'm sorry, I'm not sure who it is. He reminded me when I said, are people actually this stupid? He reminded me that stupidity is an epidemic. And so I thank him for that. And I was inspired to share that with everyone.
I have a couple.
I'm gonna start accusing people of stuff. And when they come back, I'm like, that was not directed to anyone.
Yeah.
What are you mad about?
Said you tagged them. Yeah, you should say that was not directed toward Wes Rucker.
That it wasn't. Honestly, it wasn't. It was definitely.
Man, people with Facebook. This can't be real, but I'm gonna read it because it might be real. This guy, he's an older gentleman. He's a gray beard, if that tells you anything. Too old to play college football. But he says, I'm going to do something that might get a lot of ridicule. I'm 44 years old. I'm from Sevierville, Tennessee. I grew up playing football, and my greatest dream was to play for the Tennessee Vols. A Philip Fulmer, especially. I had the talent. Sorry, there's no punctuation, so I'm just reading. I had the talent. I had the drive. My coach even told me I was NFL material. I was an offensive lineman. You are not touching that quarterback when I was on that field. I got injured and broken my femur bone and my ankle in 3 different places and was told I would never play again. I would play today without scholarship, without money, without endorsements, for free. I miss the game so much. GBO, I'm a VFL. I'd be honored to play for Heupel. I dare you to go for our quarterback with me on the field. I always give them all for Tennessee. It's just a dream loss. I'll always be there cheering for our boys.
Don't show the picture of him. I just want everybody to imagine what he looks like. Don't spoil that. I hate to do this, but I like that he did point out that his services would not cost anything. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he's gonna do it all for free.
All for free. To be fair, hasn't every Tennessee fan had the thought of, I mean, if they need DBs this game, I'll do it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, NFL material. Then my next one's Alabama offensive lineman Elijah Pritchett arrested for knowingly transmitting STD. I mean, you can't.
Jeez, that's kind of dark.
Yeah. Yeah, probably deserved to be arrested for that one.
Yeah.
And did that to yourself.
In the same vein, no pun intended. I don't know where I stand at. I haven't done the studying on circumcisions. I've never had to consider getting my child circumcised. Similar to vaccinations, though, I'm going to do my own research. I'm not going to trust the doctors and experts. I'm going to study on my own. I can tell you, though, who stands firmly with circumcision. That's Tim Tebow. If you guys don't know, that man hates foreskin. He will go as far as he will travel to the corners of the earth, the Philippines to be precise, and circumcise what I imagine are full-grown boys, not newborns. There's a story about this man in college traveling to the Philippines and just like circumcising people. It's like, yeah, they're blind, they need healthcare. I'm gonna circumcise them.
God.
Which is just insane. The thought of Tim Tebow even being in a room where people are being circumcised. I sure hope he didn't ever hold a knife to do it, but I'm worried that he may have. Am I wrong? That should have had more news coverage. The fact that we just found this out is absurd.
Yeah, I mean, I have so many questions.
The Heisman took Reggie Bush's award away. Any man that's cutting off, that's not a doctor, that willingly goes to a third world country to circumcise people should have their Heisman ripped away. Yeah. I do not think that's a far leap to make.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What's going on in the Heisman house now at this point?
It's unreal. Yeah, is he just there to circumcise everybody? Poor Bryce Young didn't know what he was walking into his first day.
That elephant, man. I mean, he just hangs out there all the time. He's got a bunch of buddies there. Who knows what's happened to him? Poor Al. I never thought I'd say that, but God, being there with Tim Tebow.
The snipper.
OJ's trying to get back to prison at this point.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love that story. So I'm so glad you told it. I'm so glad you found it. I don't know how you found it, but I'm so glad you did.
I can't remember the name of the podcast. It's is it Edelman that does it with Mark Norman, where they have guests on and they recap games. They've had Eli Manning on. They've had a bunch of guys on. They had Bert Kreischer on. I think it was that podcast. It was Bert Kreischer and Edelman, I think. And somehow that story came up.
I love that.
Yeah. I didn't believe it was true. I had to find it. I was like, there's absolutely zero chance in hell that is a real story.
Got one more.
Okay, real quick question though. So let's say that you found yourself on a mission trip to the Philippines, and you're in that environment. I'm an awkward person. If they're like, Caleb, you do great work with these children, these grown men, who knows at this point? This person needs to be circumcised. Would you like to even just like hand me the scalpel? Whatever. Would you want to assist in this procedure? And I'm like, okay. When I come back to the United States, if anyone asks me about that, deny. Yeah, Tim Tebow's proudly like, yeah, man, I mean, we got a lot of foreskin out of the Philippines this week. It was awesome. Praise the Lord.
Yeah, there's no way I'm doing that.
No, absolutely. Deny.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
Oh, finally made it back, huh?
Yeah. He was late for curfew, so I'm going to have to give him his lashings.
Get Dylan's thoughts on foreskin before we get out of here.
What's your thoughts on foreskin?
It should be removed.
It should be removed.
Do I have a mission trip for you, my friend?
God. I got one more, and then I'm done talking about I'm done talking about foreskin. I'm moving on to this. Texas State. Well, this isn't Texas State. It's TSN Sports. Actually tweeted out, Texas State takes the first responder bowl over Rice with a game-winning field goal. It was the field goal to end the half. So, yikes. In that case, I demand that Tennessee won in Tuscaloosa this year.
I don't know how anyone could disagree with that. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. Alabama would still be playing in the college football playoffs, so good news going to change anything retroactively.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it for me, man.
Awesome. We'll be back Sunday, probably a little earlier. I think is what we're going to try to do. It's New Year's Eve, so got some plans. Might try to do a little earlier. Talk more about Iowa. I'm sure we'll talk more about Nico. Maliava. And, yeah, so thanks again. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.